Hi guys, so welcome back to another YouTube video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make flying machines, the basics of flying machines, pistons, and sticky pistons. So, first things first, you probably all notice, sticky pistons can push and pull blocks. But did you know that if sticky pistons are given a very short pulse, such as the ones given by an observer, they can actually push or pull blocks, but they can only do one at a time. So that's because the pulse ends before their pushing or pulling animation is complete, meaning they only have time to do one thing and not the other. This can be used for things like this, where your piston pushes and then pulls and then pushes and then pulls another piston. If you have enough observers in a line like this. To demonstrate my idea, let me show you. So push, pull, push, pull. Here, push, pull, push, and pull. So you get the idea. This simple contraption can be used to push and pull sticky pistons. And actually, it's an achievement in the Bedrock editions of Minecraft. So, you might also know that sticky pistons and pistons can push up to 12 blocks. So, if you try to make them push more than that, it doesn't really work. But, although this might seem like a lot, it's a really big limitation to flying machines, because slime blocks can allow you to push a lot more blocks and not realize that you've reached a push limit. Over here, we have a demonstration of how you can use slime blocks to pull multiple blocks that are not directly in front of the sticky piston. For example, those 5 blocks will be pulled, but the one on the top won't because it's not in direct contact with a slime block. So, slime blocks kind of like pull anything else along with them, including other slime blocks. Honey blocks act the same way, but honey blocks and slime blocks don't actually stick to each other. So as you can see here, honey blocks and slime blocks don't stick to each other. However, slime blocks stick to each other in a large structure, meaning that if you have slime blocks pushed by honey blocks, they will still all stick together, even though honey blocks don't stick to slime blocks. Also, this piston is not pushing because the slime block is sticking to a grass beneath it, which causes the piston to try to push an infinite amount of blocks. Oh, actually 3 million. So, how you can fix this is by putting terracotta beneath it, which slime blocks don't stick to, or by putting immovable objects such as obsidian or anything else that slime blocks can't push. As you can see, terracotta can be pushed by slime blocks, but obsidian can't, even though they both can't be pulled. So now I'm going to build a flying machine design that's super simple and it's really small. So as you can see, it only needs a really small launch platform, which is made out of immovable objects so that it doesn't stick to ground or anything. So, if you can remember from before, observers in a line can actually be used to make 2 sticky pistons push and pull each other along the line, even though there's no other redstone components in the circuit. So, here we do pretty much the same thing with slime blocks and observers, where we automatically do the same thing. So, when observers detect a block update, they give out a short pulse. But when they're pushed, they also detect it as a block update. So they also give out a pulse. That means that if you trigger one of the observers here, the piston pushes the whole lump of slime up, which causes the other observer at the top to give out a pulse, which causes the piston to pull the bottom one up, which causes the bottom one's observer to push up, and so on. So it'll keep flying until it hits the push limit. Here's an example of observers giving pulses outwards when they're pushed or pulled. As you can see, I have redstone dust here, and if I power this piston, the observer gives out short pulses each time it's pushed or pulled. So whenever an observer's moved, it gives out a pulse. Oh look, our flying machine's still up. They're flying, I guess. So I rebuilt this flying machine again so I could show you how you could link modules up to each other. Remember when I told you that observers give pulses when they get pushed? Well, you could use that to push more slime blocks modules. So all you need is a setup like that on the top or side of your flying machine, and you could have it push more slime blocks. You could also put more pistons on each of those slime blocks with observers beneath them like this to push even more stuff. So I'm just going to do that really quick. One thing you have to remember about this though is that you can't go over the push limit. So with all those previous piston pushing designs I had before, they all pushed only 7 blocks. 3 of them slime blocks, and 2 of them observers, 2 of them pistons. So I never really went close to a push limit of 12 because I might need to add stuff later on, so I just kept it kind of small. So, do you think this entire thing will fly? Well, it does, actually. If I just place a block in front of this observer here, the whole thing takes off, even though it's really big and it looks like it shouldn't. So, as you can see here, the piston pushes upwards, and those pistons push upwards, which push the next ones upwards. This causes the entire flying machine to propel itself upwards, which is pretty cool. So, you might be wondering why I was building here. What I'm building is 2 flying machines directly next to each other that are made of slime and honey. If they weren't made of slime and honey, then they would probably stick to each other and the entire thing wouldn't work because it would go over the piston push limit. And 2 pistons pushing the same block of slime doesn't increase the push limit at all. So, as you can see, this still flies, even though if it was all made out of slime, it shouldn't. If you made this flying machine 1 block wide, it would even, Well, if you made a flying machine that was 1 block wide, you could alternate between using slime and honey to build the flying machines, and you could have all those flying machines right next to each other without disturbing anything. So now this large flying machine is clogged because everything is stuck together now. So as you can see, it's all one large, gigantic slime block instead of being apart like it should. This happens when it crashes into walls or obsidian or anything pretty much, or if something crashes into its back. So you could solve this problem by unclogging it, which I might talk about in later videos. But Yeah, so this is a really big problem for most flying machines. You could, however, use this to, for example, make flying machines that explode when they hit something that they can't move, using TNT and observers. But other than that, this is just really kind of annoying. So guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if this video helped you with building flying machines, and I might make a part 2 if I get the time. Thanks, bye.